what's up, man? It's your boy Charleston White. Who better to be on the Loud Ego podcast than a nigga with a big old loud ego like me, man? Yeah, so what's up? Y'all tune in with it, man. This is exclusive. Never before seen. Charleston White on the Loud Ego podcast. Yeah.
So Charleston, man, my first question is, man, we've been keeping up with you for a long time, probably since you had the dreads in your head, and the community activist that you are in Fort Worth. How wasn't you able to rectify the Mo 3 and the Trapboy Freddie, and even so far to go with Trapboy Freddie being able to basically smoke on Mo 3 pack as to speak, you know, quote unquote, you know, to keep poking the bear of, hey, come get me. I put a hit on him.
Well, number one, I'm not from Dallas. I asked the questions earlier, is there a difference between Little Rock and North Little Rock? And you know, the answer was the hood politics would say, yeah, there's a difference. Even though we're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we're in two different cities. So my voice is big in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but to have influence on three grown men that's playing gangster. All three of them were playing gangster. Yella, Bezzy, Mo 3, and Trap. God couldn't even rectify that situation, because they were friends. So it's just like when we look at some of the dynamics between the gangs, some of the dynamics between the beefs in our neighborhood. A lot of them niggas started out as friends. And so Mo 3 earned his death. Mo 3 worked hard to get to where he was that day, where we seen him laying in the streets, taking his last breath.
So when you say playing gangster, again, that's where you started from, because you grew up in a suburban neighborhood, yeah. You know, and you ran trying to be bad, right? Yeah. You ran back to the hood trying to be bad, so you can understand and you can relate to these people that you keep saying, well, it wasn't y'all trying to be bad.
Well, it wasn't that I was trying to relate and understand to them, because you're a kid. As a kid, you're not trying to relate to nothing but your friends. I was trying to become what I thought was cultural. And growing up as a kid, as a young black man in America, you think a gangster is something honorable. You think a pimp is something respectful. You think a man who call a woman a bitch, you think he like Dr. King. So as a kid, as a black kid in America who listens to rap music, who watches black television, you grow up believing that everything bad is good. So you try to be bad, thinking that's good. So we don't have no good images for black boys to try to aspire to be, other than LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe, Marshawn Lynch. So if I can't play football and basketball, what other things can I try to become as a black boy? Type of nigga that beat up his woman. A nigga who beat up his woman in our community, he's honorable. We don't shame niggas who slap bitches. So as a kid, I was trying to be like what I saw. I had an uncle who I used to wake up in the middle of the night jumping on his whores. But I thought his whore was my auntie. I thought that lady was his prostitute. I thought that was my auntie. So I grew up believing niggas slap women. So I slap a little girl. So it wasn't that I was trying to relate and understand. I was trying to be a man. And I thought that part of being a man was all the stuff that we seen in the movie Penitentiary, the movie The Mac, the movie Superfly, all of those movies. I thought those elements was a part of being a man.
But that's where you come in at and say, hey, Trap Boy, Mo 3.
They'll kill you. Yeah, if you say something to the type of niggas like them, they'll kill you, homie.
Because of the ego.
Well, if my mother, when I was 13 years old, my brother probably about 15, my mother went and got a male relative to come over to try to chastise us and discipline us. We would go beat his head in with a bat. You can't correct no fool if you ain't got a relationship with him.
So is that where your behavior problem started? Because I'm gonna start at 7 years old. 7 years old, you say that's when you had poked your eye, right?
No, I fell in the washing machine first. I fell in the washing machine at like 5. Then I fell in the then put my eye to 7.
Okay. So at 7 years old, that had to build this ego inside of you. How bold you are now is, man, you like the Malcolm X of the South, right?
Yeah.
So, and it's different lanes we're going from there. With you being the Malcolm X of the South, that had to build this boisterous, cocky attitude that you have right now, because a 7-year-old getting his eye poked out, you got to be able to go to school and deal with all the bullying.
Well, I actually didn't go to school, homie. It actually does the opposite. A kid don't have an ego yet. Children aren't ego driven. Children are impulsive, meaning children respond and react off what they feel. They don't make decisions. A kid don't sit down and think, man, let me think about doing this. Let me make this choice to do this. Children don't weigh options. They can't. The lack of brain development doesn't allow a kid to be ego driven. So when I lost my eye, it actually took away my self-esteem, because now I got a disability. I'm a brave heart in spirit, a naturally little brave kid. So I'm the kid who, if you was in the pool, you can step away from the bank and say, jump, I got you. I jump out. Most kids wouldn't. I'm the kid who got on top of the house and y'all could lay the sheet out and say, jump, nigga. And I could bust my head. And I'm gonna be the one that, I was a daredevil, right?
Yeah.
Most kids wouldn't like that, homie. So, when I lost my eye, it took me out of school because I started having surgeries a lot. So I couldn't go to school often. So, but before I lost my eye, I fell in the washing machine. At 5 years old, I had a private tutor. So I used to have a white woman used to come to my house and tutor me as a kid. I got one-on-one teaching. So that's what developed me. I didn't grow up in a classroom. I didn't go to school with other kids. I was one-on-one taught. I really don't remember really going to school full time till almost like the 3rd or 4th grade.
But 3rd or 4th grade, that's still the pivotal moments of what's wrong with your eye? Look at his eye. He ain't got no.
Yeah.
His eye he cross-eyed. You know, you looking at all of those.
Yeah, I used to be a bully.
And we cruel as kids, you know.
Yeah, I was a cruel kid myself. So if you asked me what was wrong with my eye, I would punch you in the mouth.
Yeah.
See, I was a little boy who knew how to fight, and I was mean. I wasn't mean, but I was a mischievous motherfucker, and I had a real I wouldn't say a delinquent mind, but I had thoughts that would lead to delinquent behavior. So as a kid, I had a little man complex, right? Mm-hmm. I was like the little dog who barked at all the big dogs. So I learned early on that kids are mean. I learned that if you go to a new school, they go have a bunch of questions. So my defense mechanism was I became a bully. I used to be a bully. I was a little man bully. So if you asked me about my eye, you were getting socked up. Now as a kid, most children don't punch without a warning. I was a kid that would, so I shocked people with that. So and then I learned to use that as an excuse to bully people. He was talking about my eye, and that used to get me out of trouble. So if I would start shit like I do now, and then go tell them, man, he was talking about my eye. Mama, they were talking about me. And yeah, that used to get me out of trouble. So yeah, I stayed kicking ass behind that eye. Yeah, a whole bunch of people that got their ass kicked behind that about that eye, being nosy, trying to make fun of that eye.
So leading up today, you would say that developed you to a reputation to he will fight and he can fight, so we just ain't gonna fuck with him.
Yeah, it gave me a way to create that character creating shit. I created that little character as a kid, homie. That was a defense mechanism. So I could fit in with other children. So what's in you is in you.
But let me ask you this: you were in a suburban neighborhood. It's really no difference from you and Soulja Boy, because you in a suburban neighborhood and then you taking that back to Stop 6, which is the project, right?
I wasn't going. You gotta think, homie, I'm a kid. I ain't going back to Stop 6 when my mama make it out.
Yeah.
That come later as I evolve older. But as a kid, nigga, we don't never go back unless we visit our cousin's house. As a kid, I don't have nothing but what I feel. So I'm not bad. I'm not gangster. As a kid, you soaking in. You ain't developing you don't have no set behavior as a kid. You don't, your behavior is driven by what's around you.
You influence.
And how does your environment causes you to feel? All children are doing, homie, is acting out what they feel. Good kids in a good environment, they having fun, they playing, they being kids.
But you was in a good environment.
That's what I'm saying. So I never went over there, huh? I didn't start going over there until I became a teenager. At 7, 8, 9, 10, nigga, I ain't playing gangster. Not at 7, 8, 9, 10.
So when was it that you end up orchestrating this murder then?
At 14. So
you still a kid.
But at 7, 8, 9, 10, I ain't playing gangster. At 12, 11, 10, 11, 12, I ain't playing gangster.
So when is it that you get around these
at 14.
So at 14, you get around the gangsters and you got to...
At 14, the nigga that committed the murder with me lived in a suburban area. None of us gangster. We never was gangster, homie. We was children doing delinquent things, playing gangster, but we wasn't gangster. You talking about kids, homie.
Right. So again, you would agree it's no difference from Soulja Boy.
It's a big difference, homie, because you got to understand, homie. You trying to relate the 1980s to the 2000 Soulja Boy. Big difference, homie. Mm-hmm. We were sheltered. They're not.
Yeah.
It's a big, you can't compare the 1980s children to the 2000 children, homie. Them two different specimens. You trying to say, okay, homie, they got 24-hour segments of watching gangsterism. Nigga, we had the Cosbys. We had, what's that shit with Dwayne Wayne when they went to college? So our gangster playing ain't what these kids playing gangster. It's two different worlds. We was children, they children. They exposed to something we really wasn't exposed to nothing. We was looking at our uncles. They watching videos.
We was exposed to boys in the hood. We was exposed to ministers
but listen,
to society
I never seen
in colors.
I never seen boys in the hood as a kid. I never seen Menace to Society as a kid. I was already locked up for murder when they came out. I never saw those movies.
Rap music. NWA.
We had Big Daddy Kane before NWA. Ghetto Boys had more of an influence. Read these Nikes. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. 2 Live Crew had more of an influence long before NWA. Hey, we want some pussy. We were running trains before NWA got here.
So at 14, you already in and out.
No, I wasn't a gangster, homie. I was a kid. I played football. I ran track. Nigga, I went to school. I made good grades. I just got in trouble. So I never got to be gangster, homie.
How was you able to be out? I mean, with you being handicapped with this eye, how was you able to play football and be involved in sports?
I never knew I was handicapped.
Okay.
Yeah, when I lost my eye at such an early age, you adapt.
You adapt too.
Yeah, you adapt.
So speeding up to the character Charleston White, was it the character they got into it with Whack 100, or was this is my perspective. You were vulnerable, and then he came out and kind of, it's like he caught you with your guard down.
No, I'm never caught with my guard down. It's the internet. All this shit is strategically planned out. If y'all don't think me and him didn't have a discussion before we went there, come on, all this shit is played out. Anytime I'm on the internet, homie, I'm in character. Nigga don't know if my hemorrhoids hurting. Yeah, nigga don't know if I'm having itching hemorrhoid sensation when I'm on camera. Yeah, nigga don't know if I done cheated on my wife the night before and I'm on her feeling guilty just fucking with y'all.
Well, they do know because you're a community activist. You're a community activist.
Man, don't
nobody any sane person would say, hey man, I ain't gonna let you around my kids and you talking about raping white women and sure you slapping hoes.
They let me go into middle school right after that, the elementary school. I said I raped a white woman and I was in elementary school the next day. A public school at that.
Right, and that's the difference than Ice Cube playing Doughboy on Boys in the Hood what he doing in the community.
That's a big difference. See, it's a lot of people can get online and say a lot of things, but their community can't back them. I can get on there and say I rape every day, and there's gonna be some people saying, man, Charles ain't never raped nobody. That's how I can say that. I can get on there and say, nigga, I kill. And there's people say, man, ain't never killed nobody. Ain't nobody holding on to what I say but the people who don't know me.
So how these people that's able to, how are you having beef in your own city as well as, when I say beef.
I ain't never had no problem in my city.
Well, when I say beef, this is what I'm getting at. You got people like OG Percy. You had to kick him off the podcast, right?
Digital Soapbox Media fired him.
Okay.
Yeah, I had nothing to do with him. The Digital Soapbox. We was all doing an audition for Digital Soapbox Media.
Why was he turning you to come out and fight then?
He ain't never turning me. He was taunting some guy named Loco out of Houston.
Okay. Man, that's
yeah, nah, man, me and OG Percy ain't never had no problem.
That's good to hear. I mean, it's hard to separate the character from the community activists.
No, it's not. I'm with a Republican elected official right now.
Mm-hmm.
A Republican elected official, worked with the last president, changed laws in the state. Everybody know a character is a character. This is what most people know in real life. Actions speak louder than words. It's only people stuck on the internet that's trying to separate me from the character. People in real life don't give a damn about the character. It's only people on the internet.
When you say people on it, your Compton connection, Melvin Farmer.
I ain't never had a Compton connection. See, this is what I'm saying, homie. Me and Melvin don't know each other. That's what people don't realize. We know y'all stuck on the internet. We don't know each other in real life.
Wasn't that your plug as far as when you went there? He was letting you in, letting you out of these communities on.
When I went to California, homie, I was staying with a guy by the name of Willie Gafford, who works for the Los Angeles County Hospital. Me and him went to middle school together in the 90s. I got kidnapped by the police after one of my friends' sons killed a high-ranking police officer. That's why I moved to California. Willie Gafford and his mother. I moved with Willie Gafford and his mother. I landed a job at Diamonddale Adolescent Home working with the kids out of the juvenile facility. That had nothing to do with Melvin Farmer. I never even saw Melvin Farmer in California.
Is that the kidnap he talking about?
No.
where you
Uh,
got kidnapped and
I got
tied up.
I got pulled over by the Fort Worth Police Department. I was arrested for
What age were you at this time?
this was before I moved to California in 2018.
This public record?
The city know this.
Okay.
I got kidnapped by the police for holding security after a police officer was killed for some so-called RBGs, right? The Muslims wouldn't help, wouldn't no gangster niggas show up, so I held security. I got pulled over by the police department, SWAT unit, undercover cars, and I was arrested for a broken tail light. Stayed in jail for 2 hours, called my attorney, Lisa Pamplin, and said, hey, Lisa, I just got arrested for a broken tail light. She said, I'm on my way, don't say nothing. Before I hung the phone up, I said, whatever you do, man, don't let these motherfuckers Sandra Bland me. 2 hours later, I was put in a mental hospital, shot up with drugs, kidnapped. Nobody knew where I was. See, I'm a real revolutionary. Y'all listening to niggas that's sitting at a park, homie. Nigga, I'm with an elected official that changed laws in the state. I'm a nigga who changed laws in the country. How I'm gonna get kidnapped and it don't make the news? How I'm gonna get kidnapped? I do trainings for the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. How I'm gonna get kidnapped by some gangsters and it don't make the news?
Does that not scare you as far as, I mentioned Malcolm X?
Nigga scare me. Nigga, didn't you just hear me say I went to war with the police? How many niggas you know hold security against the police with his guns?
That's the RGB.
How many niggas you know, I'm talking about me, hold security against the police? What the fuck I'm gonna be
What
scared
kind of
of?
event was this
It
going
wasn't
on?
no event. A nigga killed the police.
Oh, somebody
no
killed
event.
the police. Okay.
A nigga killed the police.
And it's you by yourself out
Me
there?
by myself, nigga.
You armed?
I'm armed every day against the police, nigga. They watched, didn't you hear what I did, what they done to me? You think they gonna do that to an unarmed nigga? So this what they say about me, homie. When I left, when them white folk got through with me, they put in my medical report that I'm homicidal. I'm homicidal and suicidal by ideation and preparation. That's what my mental health record reads. Fuck, I'm gonna be scared of some gang members for. And the police said that I'm homicidal and suicidal by ideation and preparation. Those are deep words. Most niggas can't even understand them words. Malcolm was a coward, my nigga. Malcolm followed behind Elijah Muhammad. And Elijah Muhammad told him what to do. Don't no nigga tell me what to do. I don't follow no nigga. And I keep a gun with me.
At one point, Malcolm
was a hoe,
he separated himself
He was
from
a
them.
hoe, homie. He wasn't separated, nigga. They kicked him out. He didn't separate. They kicked him out and he went and done something else.
And that's when they killed him.
They didn't kill him. He got himself killed. He told them niggas, don't search nobody. He stepped away from the stage. Nigga, Malcolm was a hoe, my nigga. Malcolm was talking all that shit and wasn't really ready to die and kill nobody. How a nigga kill him with no gun? He ain't got no motherfucking gun.
You see every picture in America with him with the gun
Man,
by the window.
no. Those are Photoshop pictures. That's a Photoshop picture of Malcolm looking out the window with an AK. None of them niggas was about tote no guns. Elijah, none of them niggas was never about tote no guns, homie. That's a made up picture by Malcolm.
That's a fairy tale.
That's a fake picture, a Photoshop picture. Malcolm ain't never held no AK looking out no window. He wasn't never about that shit. Go watch the history documentary of him and Bumpy Johnson. Hey, Bumpy, we don't want nothing to do with no guns, brother. No, we don't want nothing to do with no guns, brother. Them niggas wasn't no killers.
So the position that you stay in right now, because it's hard for somebody to say, when you get some of these people that's, hey, when you rile people up, right? And you saying, hey man, it's the internet, I'm doing this, but I'm really go check my background, I'm really a community activist. When they approach your kids or they approach your wife and you can't really, you gotta be on guard at all times.
No, I don't. I've been doing this for 10 years, nigga. What I'm gonna be on guard for? Y'all new to me. Y'all think I need to be on guard. Nigga, we've been doing it for 10 years.
Man, if they going to...
Man, listen, hold on, listen to me, nigga. Y'all new to this.
Yeah.
Y'all new to Charleston. I've been doing this over 10 years. The exact same shit. You think my wife and kids ain't been getting the pro?
You not receiving, they not receiving
Man,
death threats.
What?
Death threats as far as...
Who gonna threaten them?
I seen on the internet
you gotta quit looking on the internet. Say, you gotta quit. You nigga living on the internet. I'm telling y'all in real life.
Listen,
my wife is at home by herself. My address is public online. She at home by herself. Nigga, please, ain't nobody finna threaten me in real. Nigga, listen, ain't nobody ever even approached me mad in real life, homie. Ain't nobody even approach me mad in real life. I'm in a strip club every night. I go to the strip club every night, homie. Don't no motherfucker approach me in real life.
You had a guy from Houston that say, hey, if we can't get you, we're gonna get Junior.
Man, y'all talking about internet shit. What nigga who kill kids go say on the internet, if we can't get you, we go get your son? Nigga, don't nobody pay that no attention but internet people. Nigga, don't nobody pay that attention but internet people, nigga. Real people in real life don't, what they hear on the internet don't bother them. What we hear on the internet, nigga, don't have no effect in what we do in real life. Nigga, I sleep in my car sometime in the hood. I fall asleep anywhere in the hood, my nigga.
Comfortably.
With the windows down.
That's hard to believe. That's hard to believe.
Hey, homie,
nobody recording you, nobody saying, hey,
nigga,
we caught them
it's
slipping.
real life. Yeah. Nobody in real life is caught up on the internet,
man,
but internet
they going
people.
around catching fights. They going around catching wrecks.
You ain't seen now real nigga recorded on been getting on no fight, homie.
Hey, well,
you ain't seen now.
That's how World Star was created.
But nigga, we don't know nothing about World Star.
Somebody, hey,
homie, listen, you talking internet talk to a real life nigga. We don't know nothing about World Star, homie. I ain't know nothing about World Star till I made it on there. I ain't never seen a World Star video till I got on there. And I ain't seen one since. In my world, homie, niggas don't pull phones out. Nigga, in my world, don't nobody sneak and record me, nigga. I'm a real king. Nigga, you'll die in my city fucking with me, homie. Nigga, they'll beat you up even talking about me too much, nigga, in my city. No, nigga, you can't do nothing to Charleston and back over there. That's why I'm so bold. You can't do nothing, nigga. And I done this for 10 straight years.
So you would say the people are behind you?
I ain't nobody behind me, nigga. I'm behind me. Nigga, they respect what I done put down. You gotta respect the nigga that done put that down and still putting it down. You gotta respect it. It ain't that they behind me, nigga. Cause I'm doing this no matter who they are. You see what I'm saying? So that's why a nigga can respect me, man, cause that nigga been talking that shit and he really do it. So the people in real life, nobody goes and listen to what I say online. It's only the people who don't know me that think, oh man, he said what? Them people say, man, he been saying that.